Okay, this is a quick video on how to remove the clutch on a zxr400. First, we need to remove the clutch cable where it joins into the clutch lever arm. To do this, undo this adjuster. Do not touch this bolt, or any of these bolts, as that's part of the cam chain tensioner. If you do that, you can potentially cause damage to the top end. So undo this bolt here. If you leave that bolt there, then you can get a rough idea where to tighten it back up to, but if you are replacing the clutch plates, you are more than likely going to have to readjust the clutch cable to suit. So give that push forward. Now I'll put this back on here. Okay, apparently it won't zoom in. Push that forward and disconnect. So, clutch cable joins into this arm. As you can see, it joins in to that bit, so just slide it out. Now to disconnect the arm, grab it, pull it towards the back of the bike, like that, and it should just drop down. Now leave it just a little bit lower. It can pull all the way out if you need to, but then there's an oil seal in here that you'll have to replace. Now there's 10 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've already undone all of these, so just remove them. Makes it a little bit easier. So that's all the bolts removed. So there's 2 dowels, one up the top here, one down the bottom by the arm, which is, as you can see, resting out. So give it a tug and it should come off. If it hasn't been removed in a while, you may need to whack it a bit with a rubber mallet. Okay, so now we can see the inside of the clutch. You've got 4 bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5mm Allen keys, and these hold the springs in. So with an Allen key or something like I've got here, which is pretty much an Allen key on a wrench. Undo these 4 bolts. I'm going to speed up the process and do it with a little attachment on a drill because I'm lazy. So now that all these are undone, remove them. I'm going to put them on this bucket here. So I was trying to press the camera on, but that hasn't worked, but whatever. Okay, now this pressure plate will literally just pull off. With it has come the arm, which will just push back in there. There's a bearing in here, which, can I see? Yep. Bearing just there. That normally sits on top of there. Okay, so as you can see, you've now got the friction plates and the steels. This last friction plate is alternated, so that's just gone in the tangs here, whereas the rest are in there. So to remove, you just pull that one out. You've then got steel, which, as you can see, mine is blued from lots of race starts. If yours is like this, then replace. At the moment I'm waiting for some plates to arrive, thanks to a ZXR World member. Thank you very much. So you remove these plates. Which go on the splines that are in the centre here. Now the rest of the friction plates you put in here, and they're just alternated between friction plate and steel, so alternate them. If you're putting new ones in, then with the new ones, before you do this job, soak them in oil overnight, or even better, for a day before you plan to do the job. So we'll just presume that I've put all the plates back in, and these are brand new ones. So all the plates are lined up, starting with a friction plate, then with a steel, friction, steel, friction, steel, until you get to the last friction plate, which you put into these grooves here. So, like so. Then you get the pressure plate, slide that on, that should slot in, and then replace the springs. These are supposed to be torqued. I am not 100% sure on what torque is from memory, but you can find it in the manual. So you just replace all 4 of these. So that's that back on. Then we've got the clutch rod, and then to replace, apologies for that. So to replace, get your clutch cover, obviously put on a new gasket, although I'm still waiting for parts, so I will leave this for the moment. Make sure that's on. Then you've got your push rod, so push it completely up. Make sure that's facing that way. Turn it towards the front of the bike, and then it won't come down. And just a reminder to disconnect from a different angle. Twist and down, up, in. It won't come down. And then we push that forward, reconnect the clutch cable, which is slightly difficult at the moment with only one hand. We'll presume that I've done that. That attaches there, and then up. Then tighten up this bolt again. You may have to move this. Basically what you're looking for is at the lever, there's a gap. I don't know how clear it is on the camera. The gap here you want to be about 3mm, and there's an adjuster here which you can use as well with down the bottom. You want to leave about 5mm of thread showing here. So tighten it mainly on the thing with 5mm of thread here until you get a gap of 3mm in here. So that's how to disassemble and reassemble your clutch.